Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Career Launcher. My name is Naveen, and today we'll be looking at games and tournament. This is part one of the DILR series. In this, we'll be looking at a miscellaneous type of games and tournament. We won't be looking at league problems or knockout tournaments. Okay, so let's begin with the set. So 10 players, as listed in the table below, participated in a rifle shooting competition comprising of 10 rounds. So we can see that there are 10 players here. And each round has 6 participants. Players numbered 1 through 6 participated in round 1. Players 2 through 7 in round 2. Players 5 through 10 in round 5. Players 6 through 10 in and 1 in round 6. Players 7 through 10, 1 and 2 in round 7, and so on. So this is the most critical part of the set. And also we need to understand how should we represent the data. So this is more like, I'll take an example. Okay. And let's understand what this is trying to say. Okay. So if we consider a circle, and within the circle, if we consider there are 10 players, so this is player number, so what were the names? It's A to J, right? So we have got A, this is 2, so we need 4 more, so these are 4 here, so we have 4 here. So we have got A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, and J. So these are the 10 players that are playing the game. Now, what it says is in the first round, so in every round, only 6 players play, right? So players numbered 1 through 6. So that is A, B, C, D, E, and F. These 6 players play the first round. G, H, I, J, they do not play. Okay. Next, in the second round, we have got players B, C, D, E, F, G. These 6 players now play the second round. In the next one, C, D, E, F, G, H play. So this is round number 3. In round number 4, we will start with player number 4, who is D. And then we will see that D to I, they play the game. And then in the next round, E to J play. In the next round, F to A, they play. In the next round, G, H, I, J, A, B, they play the next round. In the next round, then we have got H, I, J, A, B, C, they play. So this is cyclic in nature. Okay. So since there are 10 players and A becomes the first player of the first round, B becomes the first player of the second round, C becomes the first player of the third round. So if we continue like this, every player gets a turn to become the first player out of 6 players in every round. So the last round would be when J plays as the first player, and the next 5 players being A, B, C, D, E. So J to E will be playing in the last round. So this is the important part that we need to understand. Now, how are we going to represent this? What should we do? Kaise represent kare? Should we write down the names that round 1, we have got A, B, C, D, E, F, then B, C, D, E, F, G. Should we do that? Should we draw a matrix and write down all the players and only use those cells where they are going to play? So which one is the most important or easiest representation? Can anybody tell me? Should we draw a table and write down the, in each table we have got a column. So in that column, we'll write down the players that are playing. Or should we draw a matrix and write down 10 rounds and 10 players and see in which round they're playing? Which one is going to be the easiest and best representation? Because in DIs, okay, it's not about only understanding the stem. It's not about understanding the conditions. It's also about the best representation of whatever is given. Because if you represent it wisely, you will realize that the set becomes very easy to depict, very easy to decode, right? Anyone? Matrix, right? So Neha, if we decide to draw a matrix, so on paper, you should not be redrawing this table, right? ये table नहीं बनाएंगे. What we will do is we will draw a matrix, and for matrix, what we will do is we will write down the players' names like this: A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, 3, 3, 6, 3, 9, and 10, J. And we will write down round number 1, round number 2, round number 3, round number 4. This will continue, round number 9, round number 10. Now, once we have drawn the matrix, which will be a huge one, it will most probably take the entire A4 sheet in the exam, because this is an actual CAT paper, okay, CAT question. So best way to draw this is change the scope of the paper into landscape. So A4 sheet ऐसा होता है ना, ऐसे मत draw करो, you won't have enough space. So landscape बना के, so utilize, improvise. So we know that in the first round only A, B, C, D, E, F play. So I will strike out G, H, I, and J. ये चार नहीं खेलेंगे. Next round B onwards they play. So I will strike out A and H, I, J. In the next round, A and B won't be playing. It will be from C onwards up to H, and I, J won't be playing. So you can see that this automatically takes care of the players who are going to play in every round. You don't have to keep track of that, right? In round number 10, you will have J playing, and then A to E playing, F, G, H, I. These four players won't be playing, right? Previous round, these four players won't be playing. Right? So obviously you don't have to make ... You have to go through R5. So you will spend 1.5 minutes in drawing this matrix. Okay. Excuse me. Top 3 performance. Okay, let's go back to this. Top 3 performances in each bronze were awarded 7, 3, 1 points respectively. So, topper, whoever was the first, scored 7 points. The person who scored, who was second, scored 3, and the person who was third scored 1 point. Okay. There were no ties in any of the 10 rounds. So no 2 people scored 7 in a round, or 3 in a round, or 1 in a round. The table below gives the total number of points obtained by the 10 players after round 6 and round 10. So round 6 ke baad, these are the total points that these people have. And after round 10, these are the points. So that means in this particular table, we will have to improvise a bit. The improvisation would be like, after 6 rounds. So whenever we have got our 6th round, after that, draw a particular row further. And this is the points that they're going to have. So we will be filling up the points so that we can keep track of whatever points they're going to have. Now, please do remember that in a matrix, rows and column names are interchangeable. As in, I can write down rounds as the columns names and the name of the people as the row names. हमेशा interchangeable होता है. It's all about how you look at it. It's about perspective. That's it. The following information is known about round number 1 to 6. So there are 2 points, 2 conditions, and we have got 4 points for round number 7, 8, 9, 10. So if we look at Amita A, player number 1, you will see that after round 6, there were 8 points that she scored. And then after round 10, it was 18 points. So can we say in round number 7, 8, 9, 10, that is in the next 4 rounds, she was able to score 10 more points. If you look at Bala, 3 more points. If you look at Chen, 3 more. If you look at David, nothing. So he didn't score anything. So we are going to be drawing that matrix. And the matrix is, going to be something like this. Now let's look at the questions also as to, what is the level of difficulty? Are we going to have cases, or it's like only one possibility exists? So what were the scores of Chen, David, and Eric respectively after round 3? Definite. Which 3 players were in the last 3 positions after round 4? Definite. Which player scored points in maximum number of rounds? Definite. Which player scored points in the last round? Definite. If Chen scored in the round where Gordon scored, then David scored in which round? Not definite. So most likely about Chen, we won't be able to figure out, maybe for others also, but Chen ke liye to we can guarantee that we can't figure out in a particular round how much does he score. Maybe we can figure out a part of it, maybe not. But we'll keep in mind that we will not waste time trying to figure out in which round did Chen score. Because we also have an option which says cannot be determined. So we have to be careful about the 5th question. The first 4 can be obviously done. Okay? So, ऐसा होगा. So here rounds are written as columns and names are written as rows. Now we'll be using, pure common sense. If you look at A has to score 8 points using 7, 1, and 3. Please do remember 7, 3, and 1. Likh leta hun. Okay, 7 being the highest score, then 3, and then 1. So A has to score 8 using 7, 3, and 1. Can we say the only possibility is 7 and 1? Now, which one is 7, which one is 1 in first round and sixth round? We have no idea, right? So in round number 1, A to F play. In round number 2, B to G play. In round number 3, C to H play. Okay, so this is this way and not row wise. So B has to, now we are not sure about A, ignore it. Let's look at B. And we are also only going to right now pay attention to up to round number 6. 7, 8, 9, 10, second stage. Baad mein karenge. So if you look at B, he has to score 2 points. Can I say the only possibility is 1 and 1? Right? Now A has to score 8, where he has to score 7 and 1. That's the possibility. I can't put a 1 here because in first round, 2 people will be getting 1. That means 7 has to go here and 1 has to go here. So we are able to fill A and B, both scores. If you look at C, he scores 3 points in 3 rounds that he has played. So it may be 3, 0, 0, 0, 3, 0 in any combo, or maybe 1, 1, 1. Remember, C ka nahi pata karna hame. So let's ignore it. If you look at D, he has to score 6. Now 6 could be 3, 3, 0, 0 in any combo. It may be 3, 1, 1, 1 in any combo. Not known. We don't know. If you look at E, he has to score 3. It could be 3 and 4 times 0 in any order, or it may be 1, 1, 1 and 0 in any order. 0, 0, no idea. F has 10. Again, don't try to make cases, but there will be a lot. If you look at G, bahut cases hai. If you look at H, only 1 is allowed. Which round is going to take 1? No idea. If you look at I, 2 is allowed. Excuse me. So there has to be 1, 1. Now, which one is going to be, excuse me, which round is going to be 1, which 2 rounds, we don't know. Let's look at J. It's 14. So 14 has to be 7, 7. That's the only possibility, right? Now, we will look at the conditions as well. G did not score consecutive in any 2 rounds. So if you look at G, 17 kaise banega? Can we say we can make 17 by taking 7, 7, and 3? 7, 7, 3 means G has to score in 3 rounds. It could also be 7, 7, 1, 1, 1. If for G it is going to be 7, 7, 1, 1, 1, that means G scores in all the 5 rounds. But it says G did not score in any 2 consecutive rounds, which means we can't take 7, 7, 1, 1. It has to be 7, 7, 3. Now, since it cannot be consecutive, can we say it is going to be alternate? And the only alternate possible is this. Now, which one is going to be 7 and 7 and which one is 3? Abhi, the only thing that we can say is this cannot be 7, so this has to be 3. Why? Because if I put 7 here, in round number 6, 2 people get 7 score. That is not allowed. So we can't put 7 here. So this has to be 3. If this is 3, so obviously the 2 7s will come here. Okay. Can we say in round number 6, we know the scores, top 3 scores. So others did not get any. So I will strike it out. I'll put a cross there. Okay. So we need a 3 in first round. Okay. Next, if we look at I has to score 2. So that can only come with 1 and 1. Okay. So in round number 5, we need a 3. In round number 4 also, we need a 3. Second point says E and F both scored in a round. So E and F, they both need to score in a round. That means, can I say a particular column for E and F, we should be able to fill it up? That means in that column, only one number is already visible because we are going to put 2 numbers for E and F in a particular round. So can we put 2 numbers here? No, because 7 and 1 are already there. If I put 2 numbers, at least 7 or 1 will get repeated, or 3, 3 will get repeated. So it can't be round number 5. Can we do for round number 4? Excuse me. No, we can't because 7, 1 is already there. Can we put round number 2? No. Can we do this for round number 1? No. Already 7 and 1 is there, so we can't do. So the only possibility is in round number 3, that E and F, they both scored in that round. So in this, can we say it's going to be a combo? So anyways, we know that for E, we have to place a number here, and for F, we will be placing a number here. Let's look at H. H has to score 1. H cannot score 1 in round number 5 because 1 is already there. H cannot score in round number 4 because 1 is already there. So this one has to go here. Now, since we already have a 1, the numbers that we can bring in here are 7 and 3. Now, we can't have 7 from E because his overall score is 3. So this forces us that this has to be 3 and this has to be 7. The moment we are done with E, we can strike it out, right? E cannot score any more points. Now, if we look at round number 5, we already have 7 and 1. So a 3 is required. This is the only place where we can get 3 from. Once we get 3 for F and 7, this is a total of 10. That means F did not score any further. Now, if I look at round number 4, we have 7 and 1. A 3 is missing. It can only come from D. If you look at round number 3, we already have 7, 3, and 1. That means in C and D, they did not score anything. Now, C has to score 3 and D has to score further 3. Which one is 3? We don't know. Maybe C scores 3 in round 1 and D scores 3 in round 2. Or C scores 3 in round 2 and D scores 3 in round 1. That was the reason why the 5th question was talking about if C scores something, right? So it's going to be diagonal. So either they are going to be 3 or they are going to be 3. So we will not be drawing one more matrix to make the cases. We will leave it as such. I hope there is no issue. Everything is understood till now. It was all about looking at this sum, right, row wise, and it was all about looking at the numbers 731 in every column. Once we have got 731 in a column, we will remove the other cells, as in put a cross there, as in no points come from there. And if there are already 2 numbers and only 1 number is to be put in and there is only 1 blank space, obviously it will come from there. Now, next 4 rounds, 7, 8, 9, 10. Only 2 players scored in 3 consecutive rounds. One of them was Chen. So Chen has to score in 3 consecutive rounds and he has to get a 6. How can we get a 6? From 3 consecutive rounds. Sorry, it's not 6. It's at the end of round 10, right? So we have got 3 was already there for Chen. So 6 more, that means he needs 3 more. And 3 more in 3 consecutive rounds, it has to be 1. Okay. If we look at H, 1 to 4, so there is an increase of 3. That increase of 3 can be from 3 in either round number 7 or 8. If we look at G, 17 to 17, there is no change. So it has to be 0, as in G did not score in round number 7. If we look at E, 3 to 10, so that's an increase of 7. That can only come from round number 10. If you look at F, no change. Anyways, F doesn't play in round number 7, 8, 9, 10. If you look at D, 6 to 6, no change. So it didn't play. Okay. If you look at I, 2 to 17. Now, 2 to 17 is an increase of 15. Now, 15 increase can occur only if we take 7, 7, and 1. Right? Now, we need 2 7s here and a 1. So, if you look at round number 8, 1 already exists here. So, we can't put 1 here. So, definitely 7 goes. Similarly, if you look at round number 9, there is already a 1 here. So can we say for I that 7, 7, 1 combo, 1 has to be in round number 7 because for round number 8 and 9, 1 already exists. So the other 2 7s will come here. Now, if you look at J, 14 to 17, that's an increase of 3. Now, 3 can come anywhere. We don't know that yet. If you look at B, 2 to 5, that's an increase of 3. 8 to 18, that's an increase of 10. So we can see that there are a lot of possibilities. Let's look at the conditions. So one player scored in only 2 players scored in 3 consecutive rounds. One was Chen, yes. And can we say the other guy is I? That means no one else scored in 3 consecutive games. 1 is already done in all the 4 rounds. 7 is already done in 3 rounds. So can we say round number 7, there is a 7 missing, and 3s are missing in each of the 4 rounds, right? No other player scored in any 2 consecutive rounds. So it's not even going to be consecutive for them, right? Joshin scored in round number 7. So Joshin scores in round number 7, and we can't put 1-1-1 for him because 1 is already done in every round. So 3 should definitely come from here. Now, we can't have a 3 here. That means we can't have a 3 here. So the only 7 we can get is from A, because that's the only increase which is more than 7. So now we have 7 throughout, we have 1 throughout. We are left with 3s now. If you look at H, the 3 will come from round number 8. So 7, 1, 3 all done here. Okay. Amita scored in round number 10. So A scored in round number 10. So 10 points in the last 4 rounds, out of which 7 is from round 7. So the remaining 3 will be from round number 10. So the moment we get 3 here, we have got 3, 1, 7. This is moved. And 7 and 3 is done. So the last 3 will come from here. So we know that every person, how much did that person score in every round? No player scored in all the 4 rounds. This automatically takes place. So actually, if I do not even consider point number 4, we did not use it and everything was just fine. Right? Now, let's look at the questions. What were the scores of CDE respectively after round 3? So after round 3, for C, it was definitely 3. For D also, it was definitely 3. For E also, it was definitely 3. Now, C and D, in which round did they score 3? We don't know that, but it's within round 3, right? So 3, 3, 3 should be the answer. Option B. Next, which 3 players were in the last 3 positions after round 4? So after round 4, can we say A scored a 7, B scored a 2, C scores a 3, D scores a 3, E scores a 3, F scores a 7. So after round 4 means we are looking at the values up to here only. For G, this is 14. For H, it is 1. For I, it is 1. And for J, it is 0. So can we say the bottom 3 are H, I, and J? Last 3 positions पूछ रहे हैं. So H, I, and J is option A. Which player scored points in maximum number of rounds? So if you look at A, he scores in 4 rounds. If you look at B, 3. If you look at C, it's 4. So 4 is not the largest. We need to find 5 now because 2 people are at 4. D, it is going to be 2. E, it is going to be 2. F is 2. G is 3. H is 2. I is 5. And J is only 3 rounds. So can we say it's going to be I? I is in IQ. Next, which player scored points in the last round? So can we say last round we have A, C, and E who scored points. So we have got A, C, and E. Again, option A. Next, if C scored in the round when G scored. So G scored in round 2 from 1 and 2. So from here now, what we can do is we can say that if C scores in round 2, because G scores in round 2, G did not play in round 1. So D scores 3 here in round 1. Right? This is the arrangement we are going to have for C and D. Then D scored in which round? So D scores in first round and fourth round. Fourth round is not there. First round is there. So that becomes our answer. So you can see that with explanation and with understanding what is happening step by step, we took almost 25 minutes. So if you actually resolve it, you will realize that you can solve it within 15 minutes. All you need to do is understand what information is given to us and how can we represent it. Please understand, DI mein, the full form is data interpretation. So if you interpret it and represent it accurately, this set is easy to understand and solve. So anyone, any doubt? In the next session, next week, no, tomorrow also and next week, at the same time, I will be taking for games and tournament part 2, where we will be doing a question on round robin. Knockout is relatively easier, I believe, if you have completed it. We will look at round robin and how it works. By the way, anyone has any doubt, any query related to preparation, related to mocks, related to exams, anything? Anyone? No? Okay. So please make sure that you subscribe to the channel and you like the video, and if possible, please share it with your friends. Okay. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for joining. I'll see you guys again very soon. Take care. Bye-bye.